This is the Benrocks 30-inch electric fireplace insert, and my first impression was that it looks like a real hearth, not a flat TV-style panel. I picked it up because I wanted a focal point under a wall-mounted TV without messing with gas lines or a chimney. Key features on paper are straightforward: 30.51 inches wide, 8.84 inches deep, tempered glass front, 750/1500 watt heating modes, LED flame effects, vent-free install, and both touch controls and a remote. In practice, it feels like a well-thought-out insert that balances looks, heat, and everyday usability. On shape and materials, the metal chassis is solid with a matte black finish that hides fingerprints and reflections. And the tempered glass face sits clean and flush. The depth is what sells it for me. 8.84-inch body creates visual space between the glass and the backdrop. So the flames don't read as a sticker on a screen. The interior has two-sided faux brick that catches and breaks up the light, which helps the flames feel more dimensional. I prefer the orange flame setting because it looks closest to a wood fire. But there's a blue option and a mixed hue if you want a modern or playful vibe. Brightness is strong enough for daytime use, and there's an adjustable top light that washes the lawns from above. That top light adds a subtle glow that works as a nightlight when I don't want motion from the flames. The glass stays cool because the heat vents up and out, which is a big win around kids and pets. From my experience installing it, the front flange is a lifesaver. The insert slides into a cutout around 27.11 inches wide by 23.43 inches tall and about 7.7 inches deep. And the wider face frame hides small imperfections, so I didn't need extra trim. It's vent-free, so there's no chimney, but I still left a little air gap inside the cavity so the electronics can breathe. Power is corded, and the cord length is generous. I ended up hardwiring to a dedicated circuit with an electrician because on high heat it pulls roughly 1500 watts. That's normal for a space heater, but if you run it on the same 15A circuit as a TV, soundbar, and console, you can trip a breaker. If you don't want to hardwire, I'd still use a dedicated outlet. Daily use is simple. The touch buttons on the glass disappear when idle, which keeps the face clean. The remote is easy to understand with clear icons. Though it's infrared, so it needs line of sight, I noticed some crosstalk with my TV. Turning up the volume could change the flame setting until I angled the fireplace sensor slightly. If you're building a media wall, this is worth planning. The flame speed, top light, and brightness are all adjustable, and the timer runs from 1 to 9 hours. There's a sleep mode that lets me keep heat on with the lights off, or run flames without heat in warmer months. The fake crackling sound is there if you want it, but it's the weakest part for me. The speaker is small and the loop is short, so it sounds more like static than logs. I mute it and play ambient sounds on my soundbar instead. Heating performance is what I expect from a 1500-watt insert. It's rated around 5100 BTU, which in simple terms means solid zone heat. In my living room, roughly 300 to 400 square feet, it takes the edge off quickly, especially in shoulder seasons. It won't replace a furnace in cold snaps, and since there's no heavy metal body to store heat, the warmth fades after the fan stops. The fan itself has a steady whoosh, similar to a desktop PC under load. I can hear it in a quiet room, but it doesn't drown out conversation or the TV when I'm watching movies. In my opinion, the visuals are what make this unit feel premium for the price. The depth, the brick sides, and the top light create a believable scene that holds up day and night. The insert form factor is also forgiving for DIY projects. If your cutout isn't perfect, the front flange hides your sins. And the simple face keeps the look clean in a cabinet, a bookshelf wall, or a faux mantle. Maintenance is reasonable. Dust gathers over time inside any electric fireplace, so being able to access the front glass and tidy up the logs is helpful. I also vacuum the intake and exhaust grills now and then so the heater runs cool and quiet. What I like most, and what I keep coming back to, is the combination of realism and control. The lighting layers give me options. I'll run the top light in the evening with a low flame for a cozy vibe, or switch to full brightness when friends come over. I enjoy having heat independent from the visuals, so I can use it year-round. It's perfect for a living room that needs a visual anchor without the commitment of gas or wood. I also love that the touch panel disappears and the glass stays safe to touch. From my experience, that's a small detail that changes how relaxed I feel using it around family and pets. There are some quirks I worked around. The remote is very line of sight and can clash with TV remotes. Angling the sensor or adding a little shading helped. The crackle sound is a novelty I don't use, and like any 1500-watt electric heater, it asks for a dedicated circuit if you want to avoid tripping breakers, especially in a busy media setup. I don't see these as deal breakers, more like house tips to get the best out of it. Key features that matter to me are pretty clear. The 8.84-inch depth and two-sided brick interior make the flames feel convincing instead of flat. The adjustable top light creates a layered scene, and the flames are bright enough for daylight. The heater responds instantly and gives real warmth for a typical living room, with overheat protection for peace of mind. The remote plus the hidden touch panel keep operation simple, and the timer and sleep mode fit how I actually use it. In short, it looks like furniture, not a gadget. I'd recommend this for anyone building a media wall, upgrading an old mantle, or finishing a basement where venting a real fireplace isn't practical. If you want a true 3D flame with vapor effects, you'll need to spend a lot more. If you want solid visual depth, reliable supplemental heat, and easy installation, this checks the boxes. It also feels durable. The steel body and tempered glass hold up to fingerprints and casual knocks, and the overall fit and finish read higher than the price. In conclusion, the Benrocks 30-inch electric fireplace insert nails the vibe I was after. Warm, believable, and low effort. It's not trying to be a furnace, and it doesn't need to be. With the right expectations, cozy heat, convincing LED flames, and simple vent-free installation, it delivers. In my opinion, the look and feel compete with pricier inserts because of the depth and brick backdrop, and the flexible lighting is what makes it fun to live with. From my experience, plan the power, angle the IR sensor to dodge remote clashes, mute the crackle, and you'll be very happy with it long term. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to the channel and drop your questions or your setup tips in the comments. Thank you for watching.